I mean, the first thought is just denial. Everybody's wrong. You got the wrong sheet of paper in your hand. You can't be talking to the right person.
You know, you just start thinking about your family and your kids and the things you know, that you still want to do.
There wasn't a whole lot to be said, you know? We were just kind of stunned.
And then it sunk in, and it hit me. I was like, shit, I mean, am I gonna die?
And it was just like the worst nightmare that you could possibly imagine. And you think that if you can run really fast, it'll go away. I grew up in Ithaca, New York. My family's a big ski family. I've skied my whole life. My dad's a ski instructor and ski patrolman. My mom's a ski instructor. And so all my life I wanted to make ski films. So right after college, I moved to Jackson Hole, Wyoming to ski and edit ski films. Jackson's amazing. I mean, you're living in this insane mountain playground in the shadow of the Grand Teton, and it's just the best place to be 20-something. I met my wife at disco night at the Stagecoach bar in Wilson, Wyoming, and yeah, we fell in love. Eventually, Laura and I moved to Southern California for work and sun and surf, and we had our son Wilson, and everything just fell into place.
I think I became a stockbroker and tried to do the corporate thing just because I thought that's what I was supposed to do. I was coat and tie every day for 8 years, 17th floor of the First Union Tower 2 in Charlotte. I don't know, I just started looking back and trying to figure out what I really wanted to do with my life. And then 1996 is when I started walking south on the Appalachian Trail. It was a trip of a lifetime. It really changed my life, and that's when I met Jen. After that, you know, when we were done, it was just like, I'm gonna get in my car and I'm gonna drive to all my national parks, and I don't know where I'm gonna end up, but that's just what I'm gonna do now. And she's like, well, I wanna go. You know, the quality of life's not how much money you make, it's more how much free time do you have to do the things you enjoy. So I just wanted a slower pace of life where I can get outside and enjoy the mountains every day.
How's it feel?
Feels great. It was one of the hardest things I've ever done in my life is to tell my kids that, you know, that I had cancer, and we all sat down and cried together as a family. And my kids, I mean, my little one's too little to really know what cancer is. My older one, she thinks kind of the same as I did, that cancer kills everybody. You get cancer, you're gonna die.
Well, I mean, the actual, like, illness, the mortality of it all is kind of beyond a child, but for the most part, I try to talk to him like a human being, like what's going on, and keep it lighthearted, and everything's kind of a joke, you know? I mean, things like serious things, but when you think about it from a 4-year-old's perspective, they're pretty funny. So as far as poop jokes are concerned, you're a goldmine.
Traditionally, colon and rectal cancer show up in people 50 and older, traditionally. Now that's changing, and we're seeing the studies about that, and it is concerning. What is causing this? What is causing young, healthy people who eat well and exercise and follow all the guidelines to be getting cancer and sometimes not finding till it's really advanced.
You know, I'd been passing blood for years, and I'd gone to the doctors a few times, and multiple times they said, yeah, well, it's a hemorrhoid, you know, you're not old enough to have colon cancer.
No. How? He's perfectly healthy.
It was a tough pill to swallow because I thought I was doing all the right things to lead a healthy, active lifestyle, and it didn't pan out that way for me.
I met Brian through Todd Jones, boss of mine from back in my TGR days and also a mentor of mine. Brian and I just started texting each other. He just, I think we just threw out a text and it just went text by text for probably months.
I guess he got diagnosed, I think it was like 3 weeks after I did. I mean, if he was having a rough day, he'd text me, and, if I was having a rough day, I could text him, or if we just had questions, my doctor said this about this, and, how to soldier on and move forward.
As the spouse, I'm living it with him, but I don't know what he's going through. So Tate can completely relate, and on a level I can't.
As good friends and family as you have, having someone else in a similar situation who you can talk to really plainly and who really knows what's probably the right thing to say, I think is important. Because I think a lot of times people don't know the right thing to say or the right way to be helpful or supportive.
Breakfast of champions.
When Tate got stage 2, we were floored and devastated. But the more we learned that it was highly curable. People would be like crying. We were like, oh, they don't realize, this is curable. You're gonna be fine in a year.
If cancer only takes 1.5 years away from me, I'm gonna consider myself pretty damn lucky. I'm gonna fight this with everything I got. I'm not gonna go down easy. It's time to put your boxing gloves on and get in the ring and fight.
The treatment for stage 2 colon cancer is to do 6 weeks of chemo and radiation at the same time. Every morning do a couple pills and then drop my kid off at school. And then I'd head to radiation and get zapped in the ass a couple times. Brian ended up kind of being my cheat sheet. When he would go through something, he'd have experienced everything I was about to experience. And we actually joked around about it at one point, is that he was skiing the line before me. And so every time we'd go into something, whether it was a surgery or whatnot, I'd be like, all right, you're gonna open up that line for me. When you get down there, you're gonna holler back up and let me know what's going on, like a skiing term. Surgery comes next. So the main purpose of the surgery is to just get the tumor out. And then to let that heal, they divert the waste out through your stomach. So you have a thing called a stoma. Yeah, they put you under and you wake up to something that resembles your body but isn't quite your body anymore. Oh God, I can feel it. I said I wouldn't feel that. I'd walk through the hallway, and at the very end of it, there's one large picture of the Grand Teton. It just seemed so coincidental, and it's kind of tormented me in a little way.
When he told me that story, I was like, that's funny. There's a picture of the Grand Teton in my radiation chemo office also.
And so at some point, I was like, maybe that's not too late.
I'd do it with you in a heartbeat. It'd get us both back in shape, be something to look forward to. So climb the Grand, get better, kick cancer's ass.
You're kind of in after that. I knew that in the back of my mind, in order to beat cancer, I had to get healthy. And to do that when you have an illness is really difficult. To do that when you have a goal to do something that you're gonna challenge yourself doing was much easier for me. That goal of climbing the mountain was my reason to get in shape, to exercise, and to stay healthy.
You know, everybody goes through a struggle. Everybody's got a mountain in the hallway. Everybody's got something to overcome. You know, this is gonna mean to us that we're getting better. We're getting our lives back.
I was scared shitless. I'm not a mountain climber. That is not what I do. That thing is scary, it's gnarly, and I mean, the relief on it's amazing because it goes from nothing to 14,000 feet instantly. It's really funny because I'd be sitting in like the waiting room and I'd be in a ton of pain and I'd be looking at POV footage of people climbing the Grand, sweating bullets. But like in the meantime, in the other room, I have like to face cancer.
That's it?
Yep, that's perfect. 1, 2, 3.
Nice
It
work.
wasn't that bad, was it?
At the moment, I'm feeling really good. I've been doing the stairs every single day. Things with my digestion don't really seem to be working out perfectly. I think I can get everything timed out to be perfect for the day that we do the climb, and I should be able to get 24 hours to make the summit and come back down. But it's kind of a guessing game.
Okay.
Well, what do you think about Daddy's gonna climb all the way to the top of this thing, right there? Climb with axes.
I was diagnosed with cancer exactly a year ago, almost to the date. And I was going through radiation and chemo process, and there was a picture of this beautiful mountain in the hallway. And for the year, like, just got me through. Kept my health up and kept exercising, and this was the goal. And, you know, finally got down to the point where I got as far down the trail to this mountain as I could and kind of had to stop. My health isn't 100%, and one of my buddies said it best, is you can hobble out of the mountains, but you can't hobble into the mountains, and that would be a big struggle for me right now. But I'm pretty pumped right now. I've never met Brian before, so I'm here to see him off and meet him. Hey, bud.
Hey, man, how are you?
Oh, great.
Good.
Oh, dude, it's awesome to finally meet
I
you.
know, it's great to finally meet
Yeah.
you, too.
How you feeling?
I'm feeling good.
Yeah?
The antibiotics just weren't working on his bowel infection, so all hell was breaking loose on him. You know, I felt bad for him not being able to go because we both had really looked forward to it, and it was a motivating factor. But, I mean, there was just no way. I mean, I knew what he was going through, and when you're like that, there's nothing you can do.
I did a little bit of the hike with those guys to see him off, but it just felt like everything that was my goal, that was kind of my perceived finish line, was just pushed back another mile. Thanks again, Brian. You're
You too, brother.
fucking total
Thanks, man.
inspiration, man.
Yeah, you are, too. Keep it up. We'll fight the good fight. We'll beat it.
Yeah.
Ain't gonna get us down.
Well, that was just the cutoff point. Boys are going up. We're going down. That was a tough one.
This is one of the things that I've really been looking forward to in the last year. Getting up above tree line, getting on some good Teton granite, and being able to climb again and hike again like I used to. It's been a good, hard fight to get back to this moment, you know.
I mean, if he can be back in the mountains, that means he's back. You know, he's strong, healthy, and capable of doing what he loved to do before the diagnosis.
Hey, morning. Bright and early. Stokey is high. Sunrise on the Golden Staircase. You know, I just don't want people that get diagnosed with cancer to think their life's over. I mean, you get that diagnosis, I mean, you almost want to give up before you even fight. I just, I hope people can find the courage and the strength to keep fighting and go on and just not give up. Climbing! Well, yeah, I didn't hear. Woo! Okay. Yes. Yeah! Woo! Top of the grade. So, yeah. You hurt
Nice,
now?
man.
Thanks, man.
Just found out that Brian summited Grand. Here they are. Made it to the top. Good work, Brian. When I was there, I just realized that I'd come really far. Like, I didn't necessarily need to climb a mountain to, like, stand there and, like, enjoy this beautiful thing. I wasn't in a hospital. I could have very well still been in a hospital at that point, but I was just hanging out with my family and friends, seeing all the kids play together and stuff, and it was really emotional and really fun, and the Grand's not going anywhere, and hopefully I'm not either. So we got a date still, that mountain and me.
Yeah! I wasn't gonna let it stop me. It was not gonna get me down. Fuck cancer, dude. Yeah, man. Woo! Totally. Made it.
Hi, Tate.
Hi, how are you?
I'm okay. How are you guys hanging in there?
Yeah,
We're nervous.
very nervous.
Yeah. Okay. Well, they did spend their time on it, doing special stains and tests, and we did find cancer cells. The thing that we didn't want to find, but they did several special stains. We call it immunohistochemistry, which verify where it came from, which did prove that they are colorectal and not some other kind, like a lung cancer or lymphoma. Chemotherapy going to try to either shrink these into a remission, or sometimes we have possibilities of shrinking them down, and then if there's just one or two that are problematic, we can treat them with radiosurgery or different ablation techniques, and that's where we're at as of today.
So are we, is cure possible still or no?
Scientifically, we don't have something yet that I can tell you, but about 25% of patients that do have metastatic colorectal cancer, even in several sites, can go on to long-term disease control.
Oh, baby, I'm so sorry. So sorry.
When, they saw the nodule in his lung, that's when I was truly devastated.
It means that I'm stage 4. It means it's related, so it means that it's systemic. It means that somewhere in my body this cancer's moving around.
I knew everything Tate had gone up to until the point where they told him it moved to his lung. And then I almost felt like I didn't know what to say to him except for, keep your chin up, stay positive, and keep fighting.
Doctors tell me, kind of just according to the statistics that they have, they ballpark around 3 years life expectancy.
I love Tate. I've loved him since I first saw him. I just adore him. He's my partner, and that's the only thing that scares me. Losing him. Losing him. Having Wilson lose his dad.
I'm in Salt Lake City, and I'm on my way to Huntsman's Cancer Institute to have surgery. My diagnosis has changed, and my colon cancer has now metastasized and spread to my liver, and I'm stage 4 colorectal cancer. You know, once it metastasizes, it's in the bloodstream, and you just don't know where it's going to pop up again. We can go cut these out, and it could be the end of it, but it's typically not. Then it really starts to move around the body, and you're just chasing it, trying to fight it.
I talk to God a lot more. I feel like you can talk to God anywhere you are, on a walk, on a hike, and yeah, I pray all the time that, you know, He helps us get through this.
Hey, I need to see another ear. Here, Dad.
That goes in my arm. Ouch. Ooh, that's a lot. Thanks, bud.
You got dad in your hair.
I think Tate's becoming wiser, calmer. He's appreciating little things. He's taking time. We appreciate our moments.
I hug him a lot more and kiss him a lot more, and, you know, I try and spend more quality time with him and try to enjoy those softer moments. Man, it's scary. I mean, it's just, you know, you think about having 5 years to live and all the things that you're not going to be able to do. You know, watch your kids grow up and get married and that kind of thing.
There's kind of this moment where you kind of realize that, like, that everybody's on the same boat, that, like, we're all gonna die, that you could be gone, like, instantly. I don't think people get that. And you ask me what's one of the great things, is that that's, like, an amazingly good part of it, is that you understand that. You experience everything like you'd never experienced it before. Like, you know, hugs feel better. Talking to your parents feels better, everything. So it sucks, but at the same time, you're like so fucking thankful for stuff, so.
This is not over. I've got too much to live for, too much to fight for, too many more mountains to climb, so it's gonna be to be continued with a happy ending.
I have a lot of friends that are cancer survivors, and they say, you know, it changes you. It changes you for the better. And they're some of the calmest, joy-filled people I know, because they know how precious life is and how fragile.
Who's here? You got it. Food. I can't believe you bonked it. You have this knowledge all of a sudden, not to take anything for granted, and to, like, you know, be there for people, be reliable, be a good parent, and to become a better person, you know? It's not a guarantee, you know? There's nothing that says you're gonna have tomorrow.